Welcome to STARCARD Podcast. Here at STARCARD Podcast, we get a glimpse at the age of Aquarius ahead of us. We also examine the worlds of education and workplace ethics. My name is Ray. I like talking about the breakaway civilizations because we're breaking away from the one we're in now. You've tuned in to a live tarot throw. Today is January 5th, 2026. Welcome to everyone around the planet, off planet, throughout the galaxy and beyond. Anyone remember that line? That was me over at Typical Skeptic Podcast. All right, so we're going to start off the week with a tarological forecast. We've got our decks pre-shuffled downstairs, getting ready to go. You can request a tarot throw for the second part of the show if you're in the audience right now. Please type in all capital letters, tarot, please. And then in about 25 or 30 minutes, we're going to check the chat and see who wants a free tarot card reading. And then in between time, we're going to talk about playtime and recess time, because here at StarCard Podcast, it's all for entertainment purposes only. And it's like tuning into recess time. And I'm happy to have you here. So let's go to the tarot cam. All right, as I say, we're getting started for the tarological forecast for the week. And while I was shuffling, before I turned on the camera, this card popped out. So yeah, I'm going to save this card. I'm going to put this Organite puck on it because I feel like that's another special message for us. Anyway, again, we're going to have fun. We don't know what it is yet. And then these are shuffled. So I'm going to throw 5 pairs of cards for each day of the work week. And then we're going to draw one more from this deck, the Ethereal Bloom deck, and use that card as a prism through which to look at all these cards. And don't forget, we got this bonus card over here. All right, we're already having fun. We haven't even gotten started yet. We're only 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the show, and here we go. So for Monday, I'm going to draw the top of the deck, and then for Friday, I'm going to draw from the bottom of the deck. And now I'm going to fill in the rest of the way with fanning and cutting. Here we go. These are going to be inspirational little vignettes for all of us as we approach each day of the week. And then there's going to be an overall message, probably going to be inspirational. That's how we do it here at StarCard Podcast. We look for that cloud's silver lining. Oh, okay. And then one more. Here we go. 5 pairs of cards. I want to adjust my light. You know, I like playing that game. Hang on. Oh, that glare. Ugh. You're kidding me. All right, that's better. A little bit. No, wait. All right, I like that. All right, everybody. Now, I'm going to remove the Organite Pyramid. And these cards have been shuffled. And this card is going to be, our top card here is going to be our prism through which to look at the 5 tarot vignettes. Here we go. On Monday. That's today, everybody. Well, let's get started. Ooh, getting fresh. So we have the Lover's card beneath the 7 of Swords, which reveals that something is hidden. And that's right. What's hidden is that the people on the Lover's card aren't even wearing bathing suits. So I got to cover that up. But if you've been tuning into StarCard Podcast, you know that the Lover's card means that not only is this message from the spirit world, but the spirit world is totally here and present, and you just don't even see it. Okay, so hey, everybody, you got to believe. You have to have faith. Look at the light above the 2 lovers there. No wonder they feel inspired. It's like that song Invisible Sun by the rock band called The Police, although this is a very inspirational message. All right, very nice. It makes me want to turn over this card. So let's just do it. The 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles reminds us to hold on to what is precious. Okay, so remember to hold on. Again, with the Lover's card, by the way, with the Lover's card, especially at the beginning of the sentence, the Lover's card shows up. So the tarot world has been all fired up and ready to go since before we turn on the camera, everybody. And that's something that we need to remember is precious. The spirit world is always with us. Yeah, how you like that? Good job, Breakaway Ray. Let's go to Tuesday. Wow. Hey, this is a message for everybody, but like if you get like an extra giggle out of Breakaway Ray, it's like, are these cards directly messages for him? Maybe. Oh, geez, not again. Sorry, everybody. I still love the card. Of course, you just saw the star card. The star card, the sign of inspiration and hope and faith. And, anyway, you got another invisible sun shining down upon you with 6 more to boot. And the 10 of swords beneath. The gruesome, bloody misadventure is over. The 10 of swords. It's all done. StarCard podcast. All right. So we have the cards that need a little bit of editing, a little block. Okay. But anyway, I already feel pretty inspired. If no one else is feeling inspired, whenever you're catching this recording, okay, I want you to know I'm feeling inspired. Okay. I mean, if it was a message for me, Breakaway Ray, the spirit world is here. You're not paying attention. Trust us. We got everything under control. Yeah, keep doing the StarCard podcast because the bad times are over. Be inspired. And now on Wednesday, ouch. Dude, the drama is great this morning. Wow. Boy, am I glad I turned on the camera. So we have the Tower card, which shows a world that is crumbling. And we have the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords is the card that says, as much as you can imagine. So that's right on Wednesday. Remember that the entire world is coming apart and falling apart, probably for a good reason and for a valuable reason, right? To get you to the most valued place where you could pursue your soul's path. Let's go to Thursday. By the way, how do you follow these 3 pairs of cards here? The tarot world must have all kinds of fireworks waiting for us this morning. Ouch! Oh! So we have the 3 of Swords on Thursday, which indicates pain and heartache, mixed in with the 10 of Cups, which is a dream come true. That's right. All your pains are a dream come true. Well, how about this? For the general audience, all the pain you went through, it's all been worth it. And so get ready, everybody, with the Moon card and the 2 of Pentacles, because now you're going to be barking at 2 moons. That's right. There are 2 moons in that picture, in those pictures. You have the 2 dogs barking at 1 moon and the other guy walking on a tightrope in front of the other moon. Okay, so there's going to be 2 moons, everybody. There's going to be the real world and the one that you create in your subconscious, because you're going to be turning off the TV. I'm going to estimate at least 60% more this year. You're going to downsize your screen time, and you're going to reawaken your creativity because that's where it's all at. Who can write better stories than you? Well, anyway, let's finish up with the Prism card. Okay, so the spirit world is here to tell you, even though sometimes it's hard to see them, stay rejuvenated because the hard times are over. As much as you can imagine, the old civilization is crumbling down and you're breaking away, which is why all those heartaches are going to be so worth it. And it's going to double our planet, really. I mean, we're going to have the world where you're down here on Terra, on Gaia, and then there's going to be the rest of us either, mentally and astrally traveling throughout the solar system and the galaxy, or doing it, in the real, right? And all of these sound like valuable episodes. Whoops. All of these sound like valuable things to keep in mind as we go through our work week, because all of these things are like bigger than just a work week. All of these things are bigger than a work week. Here we go. What is this card? It's the 3 of Wands, where luck is where preparation meets opportunity. This is why I'm glad, this is why I'm glad, like, I turned on the camera and I was ready to say all these things. Maybe someone else wanted to hear these same messages and say to themselves, I'm getting ready for the breakaways. I'm going to go read John Whitberg's book, The Man with Periwinkle Eyes, all 4 volumes. I'm halfway through volume 4. Okay. I'm going to tune into James Rink's podcast, Super Soldier Talk, and get caught up. Okay. And anytime I can find a Penny Bradley video, I'm going to tune in because we got to get ready to travel to space here. And while we're getting ready to travel to space, we're barking at the moon and working 2 jobs and keeping our lives together and getting our kids ready for school. Hey, everybody. I hope that was like a little bit inspirational. It sure was inspirational for me. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. Let's give these cards a toss. Ooh, got to toss the 2 decks. Thanks, Tarot World. That was very interesting. Thank you very much. There we go. And we got to give this deck a shuffle. Now, I'm going to be lifting the camera, coming upstairs, as I like to say, and we'll be talking about playing on the playground. As usual, I have notes prepared, but the idea is just like when you're tuning in to StarCard Podcast, we're all here to play and to have fun. It's all for entertainment purposes only. All right, let's get this sorted out. All right, so I'm enjoying learning about tarot cards. I've been practicing since March. And if you're new to StarCard Podcast, I started recording in August because I couldn't help remarking about how accurate the cards were. I didn't even have to like pre-record it. I mean, it would just happen naturally. There would be a message and it would be relevant. And somehow it'd be like I was speaking with whoever's helping me arrange those cards to communicate a message, as you just saw, as I just tried to demonstrate. And the fun thing about tarot cards is like, it's not like a Ouija board because the tarot cards are almost like a Ouija board with guide rails. It's like practicing at a school for martial arts where, you know, everything is controlled and contained and things don't get out of hand. But tarot cards are just like one thing that you can use. And I'm sure you've seen, as I do, there are thousands of people throwing tarot cards on the internet. So I'm glad and grateful that you've tuned in to StarCard Podcast. I'm glad you're having fun listening to me tell stories about the tarot cards. And that's one of the things I want to point out is like, it's all about having fun. If you remember like some of your funnest times when you were a kid, maybe it was when you were pretending, when you were playing house or even playing school, right? Back when school was something you would still want to play about. Or maybe you want to play some other thing having to do with some other occupation. Or maybe you just want to go explore in the woods. But what I'm saying is you have that sense of exploration and play where mistakes don't really matter and pretend is really involved. Maybe as you got older, the other kinds of fun times you would have are when your friends or your cousins would come over during the summer and the families would get together. And especially like you'd be having sleepovers, your cousin would be sleeping in your room with their sleeping bag and you'd be staying up late and you'd be talking. You're not supposed to be doing that stuff, but it was still a lot of fun. Or how about going to summer camp every day and all you do is play all day? And when you go to one little center at a summer camp, they have an activity where you just pretend and you immerse yourself in the craft or the game or the activity. And then before you know it, it's time to go home. What a fun day you had. So keeping that in mind, I encourage you to get your own tarot deck or find your own thing, but whatever it is, go through the practice of playing, right? If you don't have a child to play with, and I was, wonderfully blessed to be a teacher in a classroom, and, every day was play, every day was pretend time. I would pretend to be the teacher and we'd all have a lot of fun. So, but, if you don't have a child in the house, guess what? You got your inner child, don't you? There you go. I pulled that one out. I'm pulling out the inner child card, okay? Get your inner child out and then have fun. Like, that's how you have to approach it. You get out your notebook, you get your tarot cards out or your tea leaves or whatever divination you want to go for, okay? Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You get out the magic 8-ball. It's just having fun. So you get out your notebook, but then you say, okay, I'm going to ask this crazy question. Let's see if there's a message coming back at me. And you write down what it says, and then you turn it into a sentence where you give that idea life. So you can develop your own sense of a fantastic inner world, maybe something that's been tamped down and drowned out a little bit as you march through the years of education, especially if you went to public school in the United States, which I know a little bit about because I did it for a long time and I got a bunch of degrees that I can't use anymore. Okay, so anyway, let me check my notes and make sure I'm not leaving anything out. Yeah, I talked to Magic 8 Ball. Good. All right, hang on. So yeah, even when you use a Magic 8 Ball, it's just something to think about, something for you to ponder, where you pose a question to yourself. Hey, what's up with that? And eventually you get good at listening to an answer in your brain. You think you're responding to your own question, and in a way you are. Okay, and that's how you develop your inner voice. You can't develop that inner voice while you're watching TV. Someone's doing that for you. All right. And I want you to think about how many times you've watched TV, even reruns you've seen before, and how disappointing it feels, right? When you compare it to your dreams. Okay. Anyway, back to my notes here. Okay. So let's consider the analogy, the metaphor of the school. Mostly the school grounds, your school teacher, the people in your class, that stays the same day to day, month to month, throughout the whole school year for about 190 days. That doesn't change too much. But what's really great is if there's variety and change every day when you learn, even if it's in the same classroom. I like to pat myself on the back. I can't wait to tell everybody this in front of my classes, that any day in Mr. Breakaway's class is as good as any field trip you could go on. And I really believe that. And I know a lot of my students who are in my class believe that too. But anyway, back to the notes for today. Okay. That mostly does not change. Yeah, that mostly does not change. The environment, the school grounds. And then, what you do is you find something that makes you happy. If it's not going great in the classroom all the time, at least you got some kickball game that you could be part of every day at recess. Every day you're going to make sure you have fun. Okay, there's an echo, everybody. When you wake up in the morning, that's the time to go have fun. Get out your notebook, try to say something funny. Make fun of yourself. Self-deprecating humor. Go watch Rodney Dangerfield for a while and you'll see what I mean. Let me see what else I got. Okay, so I came up with this message before I turn on the camera. I noticed that the kids who are at school and they smile and have fun, those are the ones that smile and have fun. You really have to choose your attitude. You have to choose what face you use when you're, on school grounds. Consider the boundary, right? Before you go through the gate at school, you put on your game face. You're smiling anyway, just in case a teacher sees you, okay? And you're smiling anyway because you're thinking about your friends and you can't wait to talk to your friends. You're smiling about anything you could be happy about because you're starting your school day, okay? Another boundary that I like to remember, I don't always get to share, there's a famous baseball player named Joe DiMaggio from the middle of the 20th century. He had a consecutive game hit streak. Look it up, everybody. But one thing that people remarked about Joe DiMaggio, because he was so famous, lots of players did this, when it came to getting on the field, as soon as Joe DiMaggio crossed the base path into fair territory, he always ran or jogged or trotted. He never walked. And when it was time to leave the field, again, he would run, he would jog, he would even trot, but he wouldn't start walking until he crossed that foul line. You got to have the boundaries, okay? And on a personal note, to be present in the moment here, you might be saying, gee, Breakaway Ray, you must drink some good espresso because you got some good energy going. All right, everybody, but the camera wasn't on when you didn't see this face and I wasn't all pumped up like this. All right, now back to my notes. Oh, okay. So back to the schoolyard analogy. So you're going through your school day, and sometimes, even as nice as the teacher seems, it seems like the teacher isn't listening or isn't understanding, or the teacher can't do anything about it. And that's a bummer. But you know what? There's a light at the end of the tunnel, isn't there? I mean, this is the class you're in for right now. And guess what? Next year, you get a new teacher. Okay, that's the way we used to think. Maybe in the late 1990s, that would be like a regular thing. I think maybe people would pursue more aggressive paths nowadays. Anyway, you go to school and you hang in there. So for example, there was a family, I remember the first day of school was about, I don't know, 6 or 8 years ago. And this young lady was from out of state, shall we say. And she was going from second grade into Mr. Breakaway's third grade class. But one thing she noticed when she and her dad walked right to the classroom door, because all the kids knew each other from second grade, was that she was in the class that was boy heavy. And she didn't like that idea because she was already looking forward to meeting new friends who were girls, but she got put in the boy heavy class again. Right. And I know there's a lot of teachers in the United States and even in the state where I work who are saying, what are you talking about, Breakaway Ray? There aren't boy heavy classes. You're not allowed to do that. Okay. That doesn't even make educational sense. You're supposed to have balance and, it's not a healthy thing, that year or the following year, yada, yada, yada. You can go on and on, but I'm telling you a story about what happened. So anyway, the two didn't really need to explain the situation. Before they even met me, I saw them at the doorway. It was before the first day of school started. And as soon as the little girl recognized the population in her class, she kind of sighed in a disappointed way. And her dad said, and we're going to make the best of it we can this year. And I was pretty proud of that young man. To me, he was a young man. He had to be maybe in his early 30s, sounded like a wise man, a man of character. You know what? This is how the table is set this year. We're going to finish what's on our plate and we're going to do a good job. We're going to make this place better than it was before we showed up here. We're going to improve upon it. So again, you got to have that positive STARCARD attitude, right? All right. So I want to add one more thing, because, we get so lost with all of our technology, said the man on technology, talking to people listening in on technology. And I'm saying this not because I am a parent, but because I spent 33 years in a classroom and I've observed relationships with children and their families. And I just want to say that the kids that seem healthiest to me are the ones that have a healthy life outside of school. I know that from my own personal experience, being a latchkey kid from the 1970s, and also seeing, nowadays, if they've got like some athletic club or some kind of scout troop that they're doing after school, that's groovy. They got some kind of after school art class where they really feel like they fit in. That is awesome. After school drama troops, before school stuff. Are they involved in getting activities going around the school? Are they in, the student body? Kids who do extracurricular stuff seem much more engaged, and why shouldn't they be, right? And that was like another maxim of mine, among professionals and myself. I said, you know what? We need to do some kind of big project here at the school where we get parents involved because they have a lot of energy. And if we don't channel that energy, they will. And the old expression is the devil's playthings are idle hands. So, I was always anxious not just to have these fun school-wide activities, but also as a defense, give these parents something to do with all that positive energy. Let's channel it in a good way. Let me turn my notes over now because I think I'm almost done here. We're trying to talk about playing, okay, and being engaged. Okay, so my final message is about whatever you do first thing in the morning, distract yourself from everything. Give yourself a break. You think about that same stuff all the time. Give yourself a break. Go have fun. Go walk and promise yourself you're not going to think about that stuff. Think about other things. Maybe you need to recite poems or, go into your mental music library, recite the lyrics to songs that you know. I'm not saying bring earbuds. I'm saying work on affirmations, recite Paul McCartney lyrics in your head, go for the old 50s songs. Those were fun romantic ballads, weren't they? But for sure, there's lots of poems that you could look up with rhymes in them. How about some good old-fashioned rap music? Break out the Curtis Blow and the Sugar Hill Gang, okay? Find something to remove and drown out the stuff that you think about all day long that's on your mind, okay? And then once it's free, appreciate the quiet and the joy. You just brought yourself some peace and quiet, okay? And then also, when you break out the cards, the tarot cards or the tea leaves or whatever you're going to look at, the stones, okay? Model it, even for yourself, model it for your inner child and model it as if you are having fun. You know, that's what I learned a lot about these mind control programs that they did to these poor children, like in Project Grill Frame and over at Camp Hero and things. Along those lines, in any case, is that they would take the children and they would turn the mental activities, the psionic activities, into games, and that was one way to exploit their talents. And once they realized what talents they had, however, the story went, which leads me to, I guess I got two more things. How am I doing on time? I guess I'm doing all right. I'm getting it all off my chest and on the air. Okay, great. So I have a couple of tarot readers that I follow on YouTube, and these people are also channels, and they also seem to be using the exact words that are going on in my life or through my head at the time. So I've been following them for a long time because I needed inspiration. And I realize now that they've been saying the same stuff like the last 2 years. I'm glad they've been saying it. You know, they kept my head in the game. You know, they kept me motivated. It's pretty awesome. I'm following their example. I'm getting on the camera and I'm yelling at you about how awesome you are. You need to go after it because no one else is going to do it for you. So anyway, that's what they would do for me. But I also realized they've just been saying the same stuff all along. So, but anyway, I can't get like too caught up and I can't be too serious about it. It's for entertainment purposes only. Okay. I'm glad they pumped me up. Doesn't solve my problems. Thank you for pumping me up. Let's see if I got anything else. Well, okay. So we're going to go downstairs. Yeah, we're done, everybody. We're going to go downstairs. We're going to invite the tarot world to tell us about having fun, reminding ourselves to have fun, especially when we're exploring our subconscious and even meditating. You know, if you're not having fun, what are you wasting your time for? Okay, let me get my notes away. Let's go have some fun downstairs. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Here we go. I'm going with the classic deck with the words. Oh, wow, check that out. We just saw this card, the 10 of Cups, the Dream Come True card. I'm going to have to watch the video now. Now, what card came with that 10 of Cups? Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right. Hey, everybody. I've seen other tarot readers do this. Whoops, there we go. Right. I just checked the bottom of the deck, and it's the 10 of Cups. And remember, the 10 of Cups was paired with the 3 of Swords. So what happened? I think I just got a message from the tarot world. I'm having fun here, right? In parentheses. I just got a message from the tarot world that I just took that 3 of Swords, that heartache, and I made it a dream come true. I made a divine connection with the 10 of Cups. All right, now let's have some more fun. Give us some more, tarot world. Here we go. And then we're going to get to audience readings. Oh, gee, I never talked about Junior. How about the clickbait in that title, everybody? Junior. So what would Junior do? WWJD, question mark. What would Junior do? Junior would go play. Junior would go play. Junior can't wait for recess. Yeah, there's a Junior that was a camp hero, and I'm probably the only podcaster who can link recess at elementary school with whatever happened at Camp Hero. But I'm not talking about that ghostly creature that crashed Project Phoenix for the first time. Obviously, we know what that Junior would do. That's not the Junior I was talking about. I'm like, in general, when you have a young kid, hey, Junior, come here, let me show you this card game. That's the Junior I was talking about. All right. Well, I'm on the internet, so I thought I'd try a little clickbait. All right. Feed the audience what they want. Talk about Junior from Montauk some other day. There's enough stories out there, right? Here we go. So, hey, we're still having fun while we're talking about Camp Hero. And now we're going to invite the tarot world to have some fun and remind us about having fun. Here we go. I think the tarot world was showing off earlier during our debut toss. Here we go, the tarot world on having fun. Thank you, tarot world, for your fun, inspirational messages. Give us some more. We got people tuning in. We got subscribers. Thank you, subscribers. You guys are awesome. Here we go. I really want one of these. Can I have one of these, please? There we go. From the Ethereal Bloom deck. All right, we're having fun. It's all for entertainment purposes only. Tell us about having fun, Tarot World. Yeah. Has it been a long road? Plan ahead. Make it worth your while. Remember to have fun. Look at what's around you and find what's beautiful. Ugh. Has it been a long road? The Five of Pentacles? Do you feel a little isolated? Yeah, but these two people have each other. Hey, buddy, let's go take a walk down that way. Maybe we can find some charity in that direction. Maybe there'll be some guys singing around a trash can with a bonfire on the inside, singing doo-wop, and we can join in. Ugh. Dude, Tarot World, you're making this hard. The Ten of Wands. Oh, okay. Well, it's not that hard. The Ten of Wands says the hard work is over. So always act like the hard work is over. Something I learned, which makes sense. I read Ceres Colony Cavalier by Tony Rodrigues, and in the book, just to get quickly to the point there, they talk about when you're running, imagine that you're running downhill, and it makes it easier. Psychologically, you're tricking yourself into thinking that you're running downhill. It becomes easier. So, hey, the hard work is over, and you can handle it. And look, you're still standing up straight. You got everything under control. Wow, look at the way that card shines in front of the tree. That's awesome. Okay, back downstairs. We're almost done, everybody. Okay, so having fun. See, Joe, check that out. All right, everybody, we're going to have to read what's on this card. This is the third time we've seen this. The Tarot World wants everyone to see this. If you're watching this right now or on recording, okay, this message is for you. Here we go, 10 of Cups. I got so much to say and not enough air. 10 of Cups, divine love, harmony, blissful relationships, alignment, inner happiness, fulfillment, dreams come true, family, contentment, total love and support. Even when the path has been hard, the road is long, and there's so much work, you've got divine love and support from the spirit world. Bam, that's the truth, says the Ace of Swords. Mental clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, and sharp mind. Again, that's the truth. Well orchestrated. This is like music written on that 5-line scale. I forget what that thing is called. Okay, listen to that theme. It's been a long, hard road, so much work, but we are protected. That's the truth. So we might as well have fun, right? Here comes the fun part. Sweet. Yeah, live life like you're the King of Pentacles. Right now, I'm seeing Tracy Morgan in my mind, dressed like a gentleman in a Cadillac in some Saturday Night Live sketch. And then you have the Strength card, and that's like an exclamation point. So, go for it. Strut your stuff. Bam. Have fun. You're entitled. You deserve it. You got the support of the spirit world because you handled these trials and tribulations with composure and balance. Yeah. And the Emperor says, you're the one that's in control. So choose fun. That should be like some merch I should make, some kind of t-shirt. Choose fun, STARCARD podcast. I like that, Emperor. Hey, nice diet, Santa. All right, everybody, let me give these cards a toss. And let's say hi to the people in the chat and get some readings going here. Awesome. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Even though I had notes, it still feels like I was really kind of just riffing there. We already talked about that. Wait, I need a piece of paper. Oh, yeah, we still got the snowman. Okay, so I see some people in the audience. I want to say, okay, all right, hang on. Hi, everybody. Let me say hi to everybody. Hang on. Hello, LMAAB. Nice to double see you. Hi, Heavenly Cups. I'm going to check the email after the show, Heavenly Cups. Just letting you know. Hi, Flixlove. Cool. Happy New Year, everybody. Hi, Stephanie Clark. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Julia Anchorhaven. All right. Happy New Year, Julia. Let's see. Hey, Danny Hawk. All right, Danny. Thanks for joining us. And God's Flow. All right. Welcome back, God's Flow. Cool. All right. So let's see. I got some of your snowmen still here. Let's see who I still have here. Okay. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Do check out the chat. Julia just made mention of a fun time we had with the Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot guys. Yeah. Way to go, Julia. That was a great show. We had a lot of fun. Thank you. That was really wonderful. All right. So what I'm going to do, I got some other snowmen, everybody. But as I mentioned in a previous show, these snowmen are like the snowman who didn't survive the Philadelphia experiment and they got melted into the walls of the ship. Okay. That's why there's not so many snowmen, because the die cut didn't go all the way through. But anyway, some of you are going to get the Philadelphia experiment snowmen. But I do have God's Flow and Flixlove. And let's see, where's my marker? So, Stephanie Clark. Stephanie with the PH. Sorry, with the F. All right, Stephanie. By the way, if people are looking for a particular deck, don't forget to make mention of it, please. All right, we're going to get one for Danny. Oh, Danny wants the gold foil. Got it. Thanks, Danny. Oh, I got to get a snowman for Julia. All right. Well, we'll see what I'm checking everybody to see the notes, tarot deck requests. Stand by, please. So I can't tell if Ellum wants a reading or not, but here's what I have. I've got Julia, Danny, Stephanie, Flixlove, and God's Flow. So, okay, Ellum, great. Thanks for that message. I'll get you a snowman. Okay, great. Okay, I'll check the top. Very good, Ellum. I'll go look. Okay. Oh, and Tarot, Heavenly Cups. Don't I have a snowman for Heavenly Cups? All right, I'm going to make you a snowman, Heavenly Cups. Ooh, this one, I don't know if you could see, it's got a little bit of the die cut stencil there. I might be able to do some surgery on him over the course of the next month. But anyway, let's get this, get your name on here, Heavenly Cups. And I think you asked for the old style. That's old school. Okay, great. So for Elam, we're going to start with Elam because she has a specific question. A question about a confession. I think that's going to be an easy one to look at. Yeah, here we go. Let's give it a try. All right. Hey, Tarot World. Wow, we're 40 minutes in already. Here we go, Tarot World. So LMAABB has a question. She's wondering if a confession is on the way. Is there some kind of confession on the way? Wow. There's the Lover's card. Take that any way you want. You know what it means to me? It's like, it's a pre-validation of the message you're about to receive. Is there a confession coming your way? This is like a multi-layered message for you, right? The Hierophant talks about learning. The Six of Wands talks about public recognition. And the Five of Wands talks about conflict. There could be some kind of emotional public confession, as it were, says the Tarot World. Voila. Thanks for asking, LMAABB. I hope that satisfies you. Here we go. Let's get to Julia. I don't know if Julia asked for a particular deck, but I know she likes the mermaid deck. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it out for you. Here we go. Here we go, Julia. So I'm using my imagination to figure out what might be on the other arm of that snow person. Anyway, let's throw you some cards. And I got to check the chat. I'm up at the top. Let me scroll back down to the bottom just in case here. Yeah, you're welcome, Ellen. All right, cool. There we go. Oh, hey, God's Flow. Mermaid cards. Good. All right. Anyway, let's get Julia her throw. Here we go, Julia. This is your first throw of the year, I think. How wonderful. Starting off 2026 with a splash using the mermaid cards. Let's check it out, Julia. Good luck to you in 2026. Here is the Six of Wands. That is that public recognition card again. Then it's followed up with the Knight of Cups. No, sorry, the Eight of Cups, the Walkaway card. Oh, yeah, I've talked about this card before. The Seven... Oh, I better get my glass. Hang on. It is the Seven of Wands. That scuba dude is so out of place. He's got like nothing. His hands are up. And here comes the mermaid police. Anyway, it's the Seven of Wands. Something's hidden. How about that? Let's see what's next. It's the Five of Swords. Five of Swords. Who's the Five of Swords guy again? Oh, yeah. Interpersonal conflict, shall we say? And then this dramatic sentence finishes with the King of Swords, where the truth reigns in the end. So I see the public recognition is going to be leaving people in the dust behind them. There aren't going to be any kind of like successful attempts to like bring you down at all. You know, that's their problem if they try it. They're the ones swimming around in the ice water because you got the King of Swords and the truth on your side with the message that you're putting out at your channel, which I encourage everyone to visit. So in 2026, have fun, Julia. Nice. There's a rainbow for you with the Page of Pentacles with your new project and the new things you're going to learn. And then this guy's having fun. Yo, what card is that? Yeah, the Six of Swords. I'm trying to remember who the Six of Swords guy is. The Six of Swords. I'm going to have to look it up. I can't remember him. The Six of Swords. You are transitioning, progressing, moving into calmer waters. Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go. Okay. What you got going, it's like whatever's fun, whatever you find at the end of the rainbow. It's a gift from God, this Page of Pentacles. And that's because the spirit world is guiding you from rougher waters to calmer waters. Anyway, I'm sure you understood the message even better than I explained it, Julia. Good luck to you in 2026. Thanks for inviting me to read. That was fun and awesome. Cool. All right. Hey, thank you very much, Danny. Yeah, Julia and I and the Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot guys, we all had a good time that day. Anyway, I encourage everyone to go check it out. It's not up at StarCard Podcast. It's over at Julia's channel. Okay, who am I up with? Yeah, Heavenly Cups. We're going to do another unboxing video here. Here we go. Where's that old style box? Oh, of course it's at the bottom. Hang on. Ugh. Old Style with Alexander Ray. Old School with Breakaway Ray. Okay, I keep the blank card in the Old Style deck. That's unusual. None of my other decks have a blank card. But it sure is fun when that card shows up, because then you get to use your imagination and have fun. All right. Wow. Okay. You're getting a bunch of cards in a hurry here. Well, don't go reverse on me. I'll play the reverse card when I'm ready. All right, Heavenly Cups. Here are 6 lovely old style cards for you. Let's see what we have across the top. I could say this about every single one of these cards, but what lovely images. So you have the Fool, the Death card, and the Temperance card. And hey, it's just the beginning of the new year. So be cool during this change. Because right away, the tarot world couldn't help to tell you that the Knight of Wands and the Justice and the Eight of Cups, Justice, the right thing to do, the right path to follow is to walk away. I realize it's January, it's not September, but when you bring your child to kindergarten and you have to let your child go through the gates into the classroom with the teacher on the first day of school, you have to walk away and let that child have that adventure. You did all you can. It's the right thing to do. Move on and walk away because you're starting a new adventure. All right, Heavenly Cups, I hope that was fun. Thanks for inviting me to read. Yeah, Happy New Year to you too. Thank you. Hey, Julia, could you please, I don't know, it's called if you look up Julia's name, Anchor Haven, the way you see it in the chat, ANCHORHAVEN, you'll come across her website, Mystical Wellness. I'm sorry, I apologize. I always feel like I'm mispronouncing the name. But if you look up Anchor Haven, which is hard to do because I think there's some kind of shadow banning going on, okay, you can find Julia's channel. Yeah. Okay, who are we on next? We've got a whole bunch of, why don't we take care of Danny right now? Here we go, Danny. And you want the gold foil. Okay, I'm not done. I'm not done unboxing. Where's that gold foil deck? Sweet. Only moderators can share links. Oh, okay. But could you just like write the title of your channel in there? I mean, I realize that they could just look it up with your name, so I mean you don't have to. But anyway, Julia, I'm glad you're here. I think everyone's gonna go check out your channel. Okay, and these cards are for Danny. Danny, did you have a question? Wait a second. I want to check and just see if Danny had a specific question. Oh, no, it was a general reading. All right. There we go. Thanks, Julia. Look, look at her picture. You'll recognize the winged emblem when you find her website, everybody. And these cards are for Danny. Thanks for joining us, Danny. I hope everyone's having a good time today. Monday, is it really Monday? That's right. It's trash day where I'm at. Here you go, Danny. These cards are for you. Thanks for joining me. Snowmen galore here. Hang on. Oh, man. Anybody else hear Burl Ives singing in their head right now? Remember Burl Ives played the snowman in, what was that, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer animation series way back in the 60s? All right. Wow, Danny, this is the Queen of Wands. She's all about having fun. She's determined, she's courageous, and she has a zest for life. Whoops. All right. No, anyway, no jokes about the Queen of Wands. Okay, next. Whoa, everybody, check that out. It's the Lover's card. Have fun with a significant other, perhaps. Or the messages, have fun, says the spirit world. Okay, other messages? Oh, yeah, this is all Breakaway Ray language here. Here's the Eight of Swords saying as much as you can imagine. Let's finish this because these are all just little bits of phrase for me to throw together. Four of Pentacles, hold on to what's valuable. And the Hierophant's all about learning something. So have fun. The spirit world says as much as you can imagine. Oh, it's almost like Yoda wrote the sentence. Have fun, says the spirit world, as much as you can imagine. And then the Four of Pentacles says what's really valuable is what you learn from the experience of having fun. By the way, I have not done a Yoda impression since I was in the classroom. Let's finish up Danny's message here. Sweet, Danny. So here you are. You're having fun. As much as you can imagine, you're learning stuff you're learning things that are so valuable. And that's going to enable you to, as the Knight of Swords indicates, charge forward and defend your truth. With the Page of Swords, which is all about your new way of communicating and your new view of things. This is a messenger card. And then you're going to be all set when you get to that crossroads, says the Two of Swords. You may not see what's coming, but it won't matter because you can handle it. Again, you learned it all through the passionate experiences that you lived. And that prepares you for that next channel, that next phase, the next program like a TV program, the next sitcom adventure you're going to participate in. Hey, Danny, I hope that was a fun reading. Congratulations on your cards. I mean, they're all nice cards. All right. Let's see who's next. God's Flow. I thought I saw. Whoa, ho, ho. Hey, Mr. A, I just spotted your name. I'm just taking a time out to say hi to Mr. A. Hey, Mr. A, thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it so much. All right, I'm going to go back. Mr. A, let me know if I'm going to get you a reading, okay? All right, let's go back downstairs here. I'm going to take care of God's Flow. I thought God's Flow might have had a special message. Okay, where did God's Flow go? Oh, there's quite a lot of chat. I can't wait to read it after the show. I'm just scanning things right now, looking around. Oh, she wants the mermaid deck. And oh, it's about the song. Okay, great. Got it, God's Flow. The mermaid deck right here. And it's about the song. Got it. This card wants to come out, God's Flow. All right, we're going to save that card for you. Now. Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, I see your message also, Mr. A. So, yeah. But anyway, we'll get God's Flow and we'll make a snow dude for you, Mr. A. How about a message for God's Flow about the work in the studio, please? Okay. Oh, I wasn't going to throw this many cards. Okay, God's Flow. Here we go. The basic message from this deck, the foil deck about your song. I mean, this card was like being sucked over to your snow person. Okay. The Nine of Swords. What? I don't know. All right. The Nine of Swords. Oh, maybe it's just because your song. Will it be? Yeah, it's will my song be as awesome as I think it is in my head? Okay, so basically I got a picture of you right here, okay? A picture of what's going on from the one deck, and now what's going on with the song. Let's see the music here. I need my glass. We have the Two of Wands. You have the green light go. The universe likes your song, record it. You have the Nine of Cups. It's a dream. It's a wish come true, this opportunity that you have. How wonderful to get studio time like that. Next up, it's the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, studio time costs money. Time is money. You have a lot invested in this. Next up, it's the High Priestess. Yo, it's like that alter ego of yours, that creative spirit that helps produce that song, you know, right out of your subconscious, right out of your soul with your passion. And then the Judgment card. You could be your own judge. You're the one holding up the lights so you could see everything. You don't need an audience to tell you how awesome it is, okay? You know from the inside. You could see it yourself. Also, the Judgment talks about swapping out old energies for new energies. So even though you have a lot of classical experience with music, be audacious and put a futuristic step forward. Closing your message with the Four of Wands. It's going to be like a homecoming when your record goes platinum and you get that star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yo, if you come to Hollywood, let me know. That's a short drive for me. I'll go to your ceremony. Oh, geez. I think the universe is really high on your song. You just got the Page of Pentacles for this burst of light that's coming out of your heart. Jeez. Yeah, please come to Hollywood. I want to take you out to lunch. And then what's this? It's the Six of Cups. Oh, you're going to have such a good time with the happy memories and the people involved. Hey, congratulations, God's Flow. Have a good time. All right. This almost doesn't even feel fair. I'm thriving on everyone else's positive energies. Thanks for letting me hijack your vibe, everybody. That was really lovely. Let's keep it going. I got a lot more snowmen to throw. Oh, I see Mrs. NW5. Hi, Mrs. NW5. Judy, haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad you're back. Happy New Year. Okay, wait. I got to get a snowman from Mr. A. Where did those mutated snow people go? Okay. Here we go, Mr. A. Fresh from the factory. And then, see, who's left here? I have Stephanie Clark and Flicks Love and Mr. A. And yeah, Judy, I don't know if you asked for a reading, but if you want one, please let me know. We have time. But let's take care of Mr. A. Here we go, Mr. A. Yeah, I want to go for my Ethereal Bloom deck. Julia. No, yeah, Julia, I just saw your message. It looks like you may have missed yours. Yes, I'm pretty sure I did. I did the unboxing of the mermaid cards, and there was a 6 of Wands in your reading because you're going to be leaving people in the dust. Anyway, that's what I remember. Check the screen for your snowman. Like you'll see the name of your snowman when you zip through the video back and forth. Okay. Okay, Judy wants 3 cards. So I'm going to write Judy's name on the back here. Here we go. Hey, everybody. I think after this, we'll close up shop. So I'm going to start with Mr. A. We'll throw 3 cards for Judy. We'll throw for Stephanie and for Flicks Love. Okay, so here we go, Mr. A. These are the Ethereal Bloom cards. Thanks for the help, Flicks Love. Oh, hey, Salama. Whoa, time out. I know I said I closed up shop, but hang on. Hey, Salama, I'm going to throw your snow person in the bottom of my pile, and you let me know if I can throw you some cards, all right? We're all having fun. I don't want you to miss out. You're a great guest. I love having you at my party, Salama. All right, but these cards are for Mr. A. Let's get Mr. A's snowman out here. So many wonderful snow people here. These cards are for Mr. A. Hey, Tarot World, we're anxious to hear whatever you want to say. Thanks a lot. These cards are for Mr. A. These cards are for Mr. A. Happy New Year to Mr. A. Okay, so these cards are for Mr. A, but I see Salama's question in the chat, and I just want to say, yes, Salama, if you want to ask a specific question, that would be great. But if you don't, I think the cards will figure out what kind of message might be helpful. But these cards, again, are for Mr. A. Here we go, Mr. A. It's the Devil card. It could be a good card because maybe there's something in our life that we don't need anymore. You know, that old coat that's taking up space in the closet. Maybe we can give it a charity. We got enough coats. Next up, the King of Swords. Mental clarity. Oh, maybe in a moment of mental clarity, you'll see what it is you don't need to hold on to anymore. Wow. We were just talking about giving an article of clothing to charity, for example. Here's the Judgment card, taking old things and sending them away so that you can welcome in new things. That's a real New Year's message so far. Time to leave, have the mental clarity above emotions, to leave the old stuff behind. Welcome 2026. You just got an Ace of Pentacles. It's a brand new start to a brand new year. You got a brand new star up there. Kind of reminds me of my gong that sits over my left shoulder here at the StarCard podcast studio. Hey, the Queen of Pentacles is the working parent, the practical provider. So feels like you got a good thing going. Don't let anything drag you down if you can help it. They say everything is mindset. We're just having fun here. Okay. Hey, happy 2026. The Fool says you're ready to charge forward like the Knight of Wands into the new year. I love that Knight of Wands card. They should like make an action movie with this guy. Anyway, I hope that's an inspirational message for you, Mr. A. Thanks again for inviting me to read. Cool. I'm going to give these a toss. I'm going to give these a little bit more of a shuffle here. Ooh, snowstorm, a blizzard wind over here. Okay, let's get, we'll go right to Salama here, and we're going to get the deck with the words on them. Here we go. And then we're going to see if there's a message for Salama. Wow. Here we go. How about fun, helpful, inspirational message for Salama, please? There's so much unexplored, isn't there? And I'm just thinking about my own consciousness. There's so much. I mean, as much as Salama has going for her, that's probably like, what do they say? You're not even using, 25% of your brain, everybody on Earth, but there's a lot of untapped potential, I'm feeling like saying, because I'm having fun. Yeah. I already know how talented you are. Okay, there must be more. There must be more opportunities, says the Seven of Cups. Or that other Glasgow. The Seven of Cups. Opportunities, wishful thinking, choices, illusion, searching for purpose, daydreaming. I bet a lot of those terms rang some bells. Searching for purpose. And voila, here is the Page of Pentacles. You just got a Page of Pentacles. It's the announcement of a manifestation, a financial opportunity that might involve skill development, but certainly involves your ambition, desire, and diligence. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles, the practical provider, the working parent, nurturing, practical, providing financially, a working parent. Wow. And then the Magician shows up. Yay. Making some magic happen. Making some magic happen for Salama. The Magician. Action, creation, manifestation, power, self-confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, and creativity. Whatever you end up doing with that Page of Pentacles, it's you're the one that's going to be able to make the best magic out of it. I feel like it's going to be out of the ordinary, and you're going to have to find that diamond in the rough wherever it is. Anyway, the good news is the Death card says that there's a change coming, or that maybe you are in the trend in the state of change. I think that's something we already knew, but you're certainly trying to make the magic happen. We're trying to help here at StarCard Podcast. Here we go. It says to charge forward. The Knight of Swords says to charge forward. And then the Hangman says, look at things in a different way. Let me take a look at the Knight of Swords for you. Ambitious, action-oriented, driven to succeed, fast thinking, and defending beliefs. Yeah, that sounds like you. And yeah, now you're checking out some dude on the internet throwing tarot cards. You're looking at things in a different way than the normal way people should look at it. Maybe there's like a spiritual upper hand that we can get, or a spiritual whatever we got going, whatever this guy's doing. How's he hanging upside down like that? The Hanged Man, pause, surrender, letting go, new perspective, enlightenment, viewing things differently than before, deep insight, sacrifice, change, and release. Both of these talk about a change and a different viewpoint. I hope we gave you something to think about, Salama. Thank you very much for inviting me to read. It's great to see you here. That's a long time, Salama. So This card just popped out when I was getting ready to shuffle. That's a long time for sure. All right, I'm interrupting my own tarot throws here. I just want to share person to person and Salama. I wouldn't be doing this right now if some psychic didn't tell me that I was supposed to be doing this. And I want to add that it's not like financially benefiting me in any way. Although certainly we're having fun and it's a great experiment. But what I'm getting at is I believe that you have more abilities than I have because you speak more than one language. And maybe, explore the idea that maybe you're being set up to lead a spiritual life where you can show the path to others. Maybe they want you to take those skills that you have in that profession that you had that maybe you can't return to, you're being blocked from going to. Maybe you got ejected from it, as I've heard some YouTubers say. Okay. I feel like I can say these things because some of these same dynamics apply to me. I'm trying to help by giving you a different way of looking at things. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. I have faith that it's going to go somewhere. But I understand, we're just having fun here. The thing that bothers me is like when you're in school, you can always, again, you can count on the classroom, there's always going to be lunchtime. There's always going to be a playtime. But when you're a grown up, you're going to put food on the table and you got to pay bills. You need money. You need a job. So anyway, I hope I'm finding a way to inspire you to look at things differently. Or I'm just glad you're here. If you had a good time and you laughed and I made you smile, then I feel good. So go get them, Salama. We're all behind you. Let's go back down here. Did I finish? I can't remember if I threw for Salama or if I just talked to her. Oh, I did. Okay, I threw for Salama. Thanks, Salama. We're going to throw for Stephanie now, and then we're going to close with Flick's Love. Yeah, I want to thank God's Flow for that beautiful sentence. That's one that I should memorize and put on a sentence strip. God's Flow, change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. Ain't that the truth? Thank you, God's Flow. Here we go, Stephanie Clark, and then we're going to take care of Flick's Love. Stephanie Clark, I'm going to take it easy, and I'm going to get the Ethereal Bloom cards out. All right, you're welcome, Salama. All right, here we go. And these are for Stephanie. Stephanie, right when I said your name, the Three of Pentacles came out. And the Three of Pentacles talks about teamwork. You could even be teaming up with the spirit world. Let's see if there's some other cards. I like to do like one of those bridge shuffles before I actually start throwing. But if the cards want to pop out, there's like nothing I can do. Here we go. These cards for Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie, let's see what happens. Okay, all right, fine. The Six of Pentacles. Happy memories, good times are on the way. Probably because Three of Pentacles, you had it planned all along. Strength card. These are meanings that I understand of the Strength card. One is someone is showing the ability to console someone who is in grief. Another is the intimacy and the telepathy between the two people, the two beings of different species. But of course, strength for me also just means exclamation point. Teamwork counts. There's no I in team. You're stronger as a team. Especially when the Two of Swords says you come to a crossroads. Do you want to be standing there blindfolded by yourself? No, you want a teammate to tell you where to go. Where do you stab people with the swords? I don't know. I'm blindfolded. I need a teammate to tell me. Sorry about the gruesome quasi joke there. Okay, it's not October. Take it easy, Breakaway Ray. Two of Pentacles. We're balancing things. So as a team, we're going to be stronger so that when we come to the crossroads, we can balance lots of options. Then the Eight of Swords reminds us, the Emperor tells us, as much as we can imagine, we are a team working really hard together for all eventualities, and that's what creates the Six of Pentacles. I had that wrong. I had 6 of Cups for Happy Memories. 6 of Pentacles is giving and receiving, another teamwork card, but also 6 of Pentacles talks about getting paid, okay? Yeah, the team that wins the playoff game gets paid more money. All right, very good, Stephanie Clark. Good luck to you and your team. We're going to close up with Flixlove. Hey, God's Flow, thank you very much. You just quoted Walt Whitman in my chat. I am proud, again, to be the host of StarCard Podcast. I got people quote Walt Whitman, everybody. Right on. I just dropped a bunch of cards. Maybe those are for Walt Whitman. I think I did Walt Whitman in a show in November, September. All right, here we go, Flixlove. And I can't remember if Flixlove asked for a particular deck. I don't think she did. So I'm going to go with the Ethereal Bloom again. Here we go. These cards are for Flixlove. Hey, Julia, you're welcome. I got your message. Thank you very much. I'm glad that worked out well. These cards are for Flixlove. Here we go, Flixlove. That's right. Yay. So, just so everyone knows, before we get to Flixlove's message, I know I'm smiling a little bit to myself because people like to joke around about teachers. They only work half a year. They're just babysitting kids. They're off work at 2:35 from their babysitting job. That's not exactly accurate. And so what I wanted to point out is that when I turn off the camera from this podcast, I got 6 decks to shuffle, rather to resort away. And I got lesson plans. So anyway, I imagine her message either. Not yet. Let's see what the message is. Here we go, Flixlove. Hooray. Uh-oh. I'm getting that my connection is unstable. And we might be closing up soon here. King of Cups, the good leader, the empathic leader. The Ace of Swords, he's got the truth on his side. Strength, exclamation point. 10 of Pentacles, here comes the divine love, the domestic bliss, and the harmony. Yeah, glitching, I saw. Yeah, exactly. And the King of Wands, we overcome all obstacles. So you got a pair of kings, Flixlove. So if you approach it like the King of Cups, empathic, the way you do, considering everyone's position and perspective, and also keeping a goal in mind and an eye on the positive end result, then yeah, there's going to be divine harmony in the house. And you'll be able to overcome all obstacles. Oh, did I miss Judy's reading? I did. I didn't. Sorry, Judy. Here we go. Oh, I said Flixlove was last. I forgot to turn over that snowman. Let's finish up for Flixlove. Hey, everybody. Thanks for being patient with me. So Flixlove, finishing up, you have the Queen of Swords, which says you're right. And the Page of Swords talks about a new way of communicating. I wonder if you're able to intuit what that really means. Hey, Flixlove, you were right with that new way of communicating. So keep approaching things the way you do with the goal in mind to further everyone's end, because it's going to help lots and lots of people. And you're going to overcome all the obstacles. Good luck, Flixlove. Thanks again for inviting me to read. Hey, Judy, this is NW5. Sorry, I forgot to turn the snowman over. Let's get you 3 cards. Okay. Whoa, am I missing something here? All right. Well, hello, Sylvia. Yeah, we're going to throw 3 cards for Judy. We'll go Robin Wood on this one here. Here we go. 3 cards. So Judy. All right. These cards are for Judy. 3 for Judy. Hanging out with Sylvia. How much fun. All right. Here we go, Judy. 3 cards for you. We got the Queen of Wands. She has the zest for life. She's the one who can't wait for Saturday when her friend comes over. They're going to go up to their mom's closet and pull out all her old dresses and put them on and play pretend. Here is the 7 of Wands guy talking about wearing dresses. He takes on all challenges. So the Queen of Wands is determined and courageous, and the 7 of Wands guy takes on all challenges. So you better not be talking smack about his outfit. Wow. This is the 9 of Swords, who talks about sleepless nights. Go back to sleep. Hit the snooze button. You got it under control. Anyway, there you go. I hope that was a fun message for you, Judy. Thank you very much for inviting me to read. Am I all done here? It looks like a long show today, everybody. Was it too much? TMI, Breakaway Ray. Anyway, you could put your messages in the chat and let me know how I'm doing with my content. I do enjoy sharing. Anyway, I hope everyone has a good day. I hope I made someone smile. I don't know when the next time is I'm going to record, but I always like to post like an hour and a half ahead of time and let you know. And let's face it, right? When I turn on the camera, this is like the best part of my day. I'm still smiling, thank goodness, when the camera's on. Wait till it turns off and my face breaks. It's not the same anymore. All right, so I'm going to miss you guys. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later. All right. Woo, rock on. Yeah.